Sports betting is way more dangerous than you realize, and I would already argue that we're in a mental health crisis just with sports betting alone. It starts off with an innocent bet that you place, and you win a couple of dollars, and you have this high, and you chase this high for days and weeks and months and sometimes years, not realizing how much money you've lost in the process. And this is a very dangerous thing because people lose families over it. You can lose relationships over it. You can lose your job over it. Anything that impacts your ability to regulate your mood must be watched. That's anything. And what are the things that impact our ability to regulate our mood? How much sleep you're getting, how much exercise you're getting, who you're spending time with, who you're dating, where do you live. These are all big decisions. And another big decision is whether you decide to put down that bet or not. Because if you've never done it before, I would say stay away from it. And if you're currently betting, you know how difficult it is to stop. I remember back in the day watching sports, you would watch for the love of the game. You'd watch to see if your team can make the playoffs, maybe win a championship. But now we're watching just to see if a certain person scores a touchdown or not, or if this person scores more than 20 points. And you get so pissed when the Ravens are up and Derrick Henry takes a knee at the 1 yard line instead of scoring because you lost so much money over it. We've completely lost the plot when it comes to sports. I've coached many people, men and women, and I have friends who have struggled with sports betting. And for some of them, it has cost them their relationships. The person that they decide to do life with no longer wanted to do life with them. Because when you're losing $20, $30, $40, $50,000, sometimes even north of $100,000 over these bets, it's going to affect your livelihood. I'll take it a step further and say that if you're getting to know somebody and you realize that they have a problem with gambling, you shouldn't write them off. It doesn't mean you have to stop talking to them, but I would carefully consider whether you want to be in a relationship with them or not. And it's not because they want to blow all of your money and they don't want to take care of you and they have ulterior motives. No, it's because this thing is such a thrill-seeking type of behavior that it's so hard to pull away from it. You can't pull away from it because you have this compulsive desire to place another bet. And even if the last one didn't hit, at some point, it's going to hit again. And guess what? If you play long enough, even though you lose, inevitably you'll win. And that one win, the high of that one win will carry you on for weeks and sometimes years. And you're not making the money back. And on top of that is disturb your ability to regulate your emotions. Now, the small things piss you off. Before you got wrapped up in all this, you'd have moments where your dog would pee on the floor or maybe your child would make a mess and it wasn't a big deal. But now, because you're so emotionally disturbed, the smallest things get you so angry. The dog peeing has set you off. Your child making a mess is making you so angry. You're not angry at your child, but you're upset about the game last night. You're upset that LeBron James couldn't score more than 25 points. And normally he can score 30 and then 40, but he has better teammates now, so he doesn't have to do all the heavy lifting. All this stuff has emotionally disturbed you, and it's going to impact every area of your life. And I'm somebody who used to do this. Luckily, an ex-girlfriend that I had in college made me stop. And at that point, I'm like, all right, I got to stop because she said so. I'm just going to stop. But I thank her to this day because that's before sports betting got so crazy. Now you can't even turn on the TV without seeing an ad for it. So I say all this to say that we are currently in a crisis when it comes to sports betting. If you gamble and you get a high off of it, or even if you dabble in it every now and then, just be careful because something that starts off as an innocent bet can cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars, sometimes even more than that.